Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Dreams of Infinity. I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master for this Magi-Knights Awakening campaign. And joining me around my virtual table tonight are Ashleyien, Hana, John, Kira, and Los. Say hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
They're so good at that, aren't they? Now, before I begin, we do have a few announcements to get through, starting with the first of our two sponsors for tonight's show, Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. Their easy-to-use design tool lets you build your perfect miniature online using a fully 3D in-depth character creator right in your web browser, which is where we built the tokens for this game. You can build yours today at heroforge.com. Second sponsor for tonight's show is XSplit. XSplit is a high-quality virtual webcam background remover that works with your already existing webcam. Using this program, you can protect your privacy while you work or play remotely by blurring the background, removing it entirely, or even putting your favorite pictures in the background instead. You can download the app today at xsplit.com, and if you use the coupon code RANDOM with a capital R, you can get 10% off of your purchase. You can find our referral links in the chat and notes description. Let's see. This week I actually have another episode of our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. That's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central, right here, and every Thursday, right here on Random Rhapsody. If you like the Tyranny of Dragons campaign, or you just enjoy our content, go check it out. It's going to be episode 2 this week. So it's a perfect time to jump into the story. After that, this Monday, we are back with another episode of Aether Shanties, our Sagas campaign. That game's going to be at 7 p.m. Central as well, and the crew of the Wayfinder are currently in battle with pirates, who definitely seem to be more powerful than they are. Looking grim for that crew, so go check that out this Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Also on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central is going to be Sonnet of Blood, our Curse of Strahd campaign. We used to play at 6 p.m., but we've changed our time, and so now we're going to be streaming at 7 p.m. Central every other Wednesday, opposite the Magi-Knights campaign. Now, you can keep up to date on our schedule and everything we do here on the network by following us on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV, on Twitter as @random_Rhapsody, on Blue Sky as @Random Rhapsody, on Mastodon as @Random Rhapsody, and on TikTok for however long that survives as Random Rhapsody_TV. I feel like we should delete some of these apps at this point. Anyway, that's it for our announcements. So join us as we return to Loropa City and continue on with the Dream Seekers as they investigate the dreams of infinity. Howdy, everybody. We are back. If you've been watching our show by now, or for at least a little while, you should know how we do our recaps. We offer up the Random Rhapsody coin, which is good for a free reroll during the session. If I do the recap, I get the coin, and I have this really cool list of terrible things that get to happen. And I'll just roll a dice, we'll see what happens. It'll be great. It's a lot of fun, right? Yeah. So anyway, I do have to do my due diligence and offer it up first before I do the recap. So, does anybody want to do the recap?
I wrote this a month and a half ago, and I am going to read it now because it's been waiting.
Fair enough. In that case, Aisha, tell us what happened last time on Dreams of Infinity.
Last time on Dreams of Infinity, the school day started with groan, test day. Most of us got out with middling results. However, a couple of us ended up doing surprisingly well, helped in part by a group cram session at lunchtime. Melody made a call to James Ronan and got chastised for trying to talk Magi-Knight stuff over a phone line. Though personally, I think he was overreacting. Not that I canonically know that. Please take what I know as narrator as distinct from my canon knowledge. After school, Salem started strengthening our bond with Lacey with the threat of the school festival on the horizon. I connected with Unisong at the arcade over our shared disdain for James. Kat reconnected with her older sister, and Damian continued repairing their own bond with the Wanderer. We split up to investigate, getting leads about multiple of our investigations. Some leads, like mine, seem to be at a roadblock, but we need to continue to be vigilant as we head out into our next patrol. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, there you go, Aisha. There's the Random Rhapsody coin. Don't forget to use it. It's only going to last this session.
Oh, don't worry, I'll forget.
Probably. Okay. Dream Seekers. It is Monday evening, September the 9th, 1996. This is a great time to be alive. You've all spent your afternoon hanging out with your friends and then investigating the various leads that interested you. And now, as the night's gloom overtakes the city, you are all leaving the places you're investigating so that you can gather up once again and begin your patrol phase. I do not doubt that many of you are thinking about what you've discovered this afternoon. Between the church, the confectionery, the real estate agency, the video game designers, and let's not forget everything that old boy James was talking about, it's no doubt difficult for you all to decide where to focus on first. But here we are again, at the beginning of another patrol phase. So let's get into that, shall we? During your patrol phase, you have a few options. You can go out on patrol and just randomly search around the city. You can explore a location and discern whether or not it's connected to the cults and the evil outsiders. Or hell, you can just, give the whole thing a miss and just go home. That option, you get some extra sleep, which is probably nice. I imagine you all are still kind of worn out from the weekend. So there is that. Now, remember that the invading evil is a force to be reckoned with. So you will have to decide this collectively what you're going to do. I will also remind you, since it's been a while since we've played, that a Magi-Knight Soul Crystal can detect the presence of spectral outsiders within a 2-mile radius. The Wanderer has explained this to you, after all. This may require you to move around the city a bit and create a safety net, but also keep in mind that some outsiders are powerful enough to mask their presence, and you have to actively investigate a location if you want to find and destroy them. Which means as you're all considering these things, and I imagine each one of you are exiting the location you had just been at, you're getting on your communicators, whatever they are, and getting ready to speak into that. And as you're doing that, Salem, you are the team leader. I need you to roll a d12 for me.
All right. D12.
So glad to be free of deciding our fate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got a 2.
Got a 2. Okay, good to know. So, as you step out into the darkness and to open up your communicators and begin speaking to your friends, you got a decision.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do tonight on your patrol phase? Dream Seekers? Table yours?
Well, guys, I think this is actually a great opportunity. We're a little spread out, so why don't each of us do a quick scan where we're at, see if anything pings, and then we can meet up at that location. And if
Good
not,
plan.
then we can figure out a place to rendezvous at, to meet up at.
What if they all light up?
Oh,
Then
boy.
we're in for a very long night, and good luck, everyone.
Well, let's start with seeing what ones do.
If anything does.
Okay.
I don't know if I want it to happen or not, so
So like 5 different battle sequences throughout the city. Oh my god.
Oh, don't tempt me. I've freaking
Oh, boy.
played Warcraft. I know what I'm doing.
Ugh.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't
Flashbacks.
torture us, please.
Do it, Matt. Do it.
I just heard it. Bring it, bitch.
No, that's not what I. No.
Anyway, you all pull out your soul crystals at Salem's suggestion, clutching it and focusing your power into it. I would like each one of you to make a mysticism check for me.
All right.
yeah.
Not mad at it.
Oh,
my-
I crit.
Nice.
Here, I was so proud of my 17, and you have to just
I was proud of my 4. I rolled
Right?
a 6 on that 20.
Hey, I rolled an 18, so I got a 20.
Very nice.
Nice.
Okay. You each focus your energy on the soul crystals, looking deeply into them. You're not. Some of you may be hoping for a glimmer of light. Some of you absolutely dreading it. All of you, your crystals, do not glow.
Maybe outsiders are sleeping tonight.
I feel like this is my fault. I got nothing.
I didn't get anything.
Nope.
I also got nothing in my investigation, so like I'm 2 for 2. Damian, come save me. I'm bored.
Remind me, the distance on the map that equals 2 miles. Oh, I can see. I see now.
You can do it yourself.
Not very
I have a,
far.
Yeah, with the measuring.
It's
What?
not
Yeah,
very
2
far.
mile radiance.
How tall is this city? Yep, tall.
I mean, it's an actual city. I made this to scale.
2 mile radius would be like dragging the line out 2 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, because it's a radius, not a diameter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Height.
It's not very far.
My money was on the confectionery, and if a nat 20 pulls up nothing at the confectionery, then I'm gonna get on the communicator and radio. Like, I got nothing. I honestly think we should check out Indolence Games. Or, you know, I would even go to Get 'em Development. Those are my 2.
Get 'em's involved with everything.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah, Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like Githam's gonna be like the big boss, so maybe we wanna.
I'm
have
just saying
more-
what Damian's thinking, you know?
For sure.
Run
I'm
straight
just
to
a
get him.
character.
Well,
What?
I'm just
Sorry.
a different character.
And then
Oh,
looking
sorry,
through
sorry,
the list
sorry.
of things, there's a few different places that we have talked about checking out before or going to check out. Indolence Games, absolutely. We can go back to the church. If we're feeling bold, there is the development. Otherwise, let's see. We could try back at the power plant. I know we never really quite finished up there. We helped out that one night, but it sounded like they're not quite done there, so. Or another one, new one. Damian, didn't you mention that the movie theater was possibly going to be having some stuff?
Yeah, in a month. I think we've
Okay,
got
so
some
a
time.
month away. We're good. Well, that's future us problems. Perfect.
well, I heard some things on the news. There's been a whole thing with the city council and getting rid of the mayor and needing a new one, and I'm wondering if Githam is involved in that. Take over the entire city that way. Let's see, what else was there? Obesity on the rise with the popularity of restaurants.
Mhm.
It seems like a lot of those restaurants and confectionaries are involved in this thing. I don't know about that motivational speaker. I'm very of anger management. I'm quite.
When are they coming back to town? Or when are they coming into town? Is it this week?
Coming soon. I don't know when exactly.
Okay.
But
Well-
maybe we should get tickets and check that out.
Yeah.
But that's not now.
Yeah.
Oh, and they did mention the cultural festival at Cultrast. And apparently Githam's involved in that too.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned kidnappings. Not kidnapping, disappearances. Disappearances and kidnappings are on the rise. But
Oh,
I don't know where to check out for that.
I
What
feel
are we
like-
doing tonight?
I feel like let's look at them tonight, and I think my gut says we should go back to the church.
Damian
The
raised
church
his
is
hand. Yep.
important. The church is involved in everything, and so is Githam.
Yeah, my vote's the church.
What else can we learn from the church? I feel like we already
At this point, we're just
investigated it
kind
pretty
of,
thoroughly.
yeah, we're waiting for
Unless
them
we
to make
break
their
in.
next move. I mean, unless we want to take the initiative and attack first, but I don't.
I think that's what I'm saying. That's where my head's at. Let's take the fight to them. Let's go to the. We know the church is involved and somehow. Let's take the fight to them.
At least go there and see if there's any activity we can catch.
Yeah, I think
Because haven't we tried Githam and the game place, Insolence Games, and they were pretty much locked up tight?
they are, but
Well,
it was
get
just
'em-
Damian and I. We could probably try it if all of us. But let's meet up first, and we can figure this out. We're all determined to at least explore something, so that's great. Let's get together, and then we can go from there.
Where's the middle point?
so get him. We
The
tried
church.
during the day, not at night, and we couldn't get in because that security guard stopped us. So I feel like at night we might have a better chance of learning something if we can get inside.
Yeah, I mean,
Same thing happened at Indolence Games.
Yeah.
So just looking at where we are all at on the map, the church seems like the most logical place for all of us to get to. I don't know if the bus line is still running and if I have to pick everyone up. But that's going to take like an hour. So
Yeah, bus is still running. Are we able to get there?
There are buses still running. This is nighttime, so basically, like, they're running right now, but they will be shutting down here in the next hour to 2 hours.
I don't think we can meet up and then go somewhere. I think we go somewhere. I think we meet at a spot, and so we need to pick now. And my vote's the church.
Let's meet at Sacred Heart Church. We'll see. None of us are close enough right now to see if outsider activity is going on there. We'll look at our crystals and then go from there.
works for me.
If
I'm
there's
just
no
gonna-
activity-
I'm just gonna rollerblade there because it's only 5 miles away from where I am. So
So cool. That's the coolest thing. It's just like the ultimate 90s movie. Literally Power Rangers, like right at the beginning when they're all like rollerblading. It's fantastic.
Well, it's like 12 miles from me. I don't know how far that is.
Oh, you got this. You're the most athletic, right?
You probably want to take the bus for 12 miles.
Yeah, just hop on a bus.
Well, Kat has a bike, but I mean, seems like a long ride.
Get on the bus. We'll see you guys when we see you.
Yeah.
So you're all heading to Sacred Hearts Church. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to mention that I found in my notes that the anger management speaker is coming to Sacred Hearts Church, and I just wrote next month. And his name is Christian Slattery, but I don't know when next month, and also this was a little while ago, so it could be coming up for all I know.
Well, all I know is, Kristen Slattery, or Slatery. Anger management speaker, famous, coming soon.
Christian Slater.
Yeah. And it's coming soon, and it said that I think it said that it was all sold out, so they were adding more dates or something. So if we want to go, we probably should book that, but we can wait till tomorrow. Probably not good to do it at night. So, off we go onto the buses and the car or rollerblades.
Off we go. However it is that you intend to get there, it does take you a good anywhere between 10 to 30 minutes, really, to get there. I would imagine that Damian would probably be the first to arrive at Sacred Hearts Church, since they have, their own car. Most of you would be taking public transport. Melody, you're rollerblading. Yeah, you'd have to go. You'd basically have to rollerblade down to one of the bridges across the river, rollerblade across the river, and then kind of go from there along the roads until you get to Sacred Hearts Church. So you'd probably arrive there about the same time that those on the public transport would be taking.
Especially if you did that cool 90s thing where you grab onto people's bumpers as they're driving.
I was going to say, I'd probably try to coordinate with Melody so that she can shotgun on my...
I totally would do that.
Well, I'm going to point out, you're downtown. You're the opposite. You're kind of far from her.
Yeah, but I'm headed to Sacred Hearts Church. I think we could meet up at, that point right there. Yep.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's fair. Then if you're doing that, then you would probably arrive, the two of you, just a little bit before those taking public transport.
Yeah, I don't want to get there before everyone, for sure.
So you're going to be hanging back and kind of coordinating with them, and when they get off on the at the bus stop, you'll be there waiting for them, and from there you're going to head to the church. That sound about right? Okay. I imagine that you do one of those, you do just a drive-by first, go down the street, and then turn to take a look at the church and see if there are any lights on before you're doing that. And you do see a light on. Actually, two of them. One of them is the window that you saw is Pastor Bishop's office. And then the other one is the front foyer. Those two lights are on.
I say I'm not looking in Pastor Bishop's office. I don't want to be scarred for life. Because he was in there shirtless the other day.
I'd probably park around the block, to leave the car in a nondescript location, an alley maybe, so that we can approach on foot.
Okay.
And then within 2 miles of the church, so that we can do our crystal.
I mean, you could even have everyone else do their soul crystals as you're driving by.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Go ahead, dudes.
Mrs.
I'll set this one up.
Are we all doing it again?
That's
Everyone
on
but me.
brand. There it is.
Wow, that was a high roll.
We tagged out.
I didn't do so well this time.
What did we roll?
Salem got a 3.
A 16.
12.
Also 16.
Yeah, but I rolled a natural 18.
Hey, good job.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. As you drive by, everyone else pulls out their soul crystals, holds them in their palms, and looks down into them, focusing their intent upon the crystal. I don't know if you're hoping it's going to glow or not, but the end result is that they are not glowing as you pass the church.
Let's go find a bunch of smelly nerds, I guess.
Where do you find smelly nerds?
Programming office?
The game store.
Indolence
Jim's
games.
gym.
Magic the Gathering conventions.
The game developer. That was our second
Indolence
option.
games.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to
Yeah,
Indolence
Indolence Games is a lot closer to here than Githam is.
Yeah,
Yes.
that sounds good to me. It's still 8 miles away, but
We got this.
Like a 20-minute.
yeah, this would be the last place I would check tonight.
You've already spent about an hour of your patrol phase driving around to get to Sacred Hearts Church. Since you did wait for everybody, yada, yada, yada. You all drive down to Indolence Games. You know exactly where it is. It's one of those big skyrise skyscraper buildings in downtown Loropa. Once again, as Damian is driving by, I imagine you all pull out your soul crystals once again and focus in on mysticism checks.
Don't make a fool of me again. I'm
What the
trying.
heck? I crit again.
Nice.
Ooh.
I got
I did not
19.
check. I'm driving.
You can drive with one arm.
I need to keep my eyes on the road. Thank you very much. I can't focus energy. I'm
Yeah.
not,
No, that's fair.
I do well, but whenever I do well, Melody crit.
Sorry.
Melody, you're looking at your soul crystal as you're driving by the building. And you're so sure, you're so absolutely sure that there is nothing here because your soul crystal is black.
Okay.
Wow, freaking out everywhere. All right, let's go home. I guess I'll
No
drive everybody home.
liars.
Wild.
Who knows? They could be they could be anywhere. There's just too many places.
I mean, we're not having much luck now. It's probably not a bad idea if we just call it early. I need
some
to
sleep.
have a chat with our vice principal in the morning before a certain someone does, and we'll go from there.
Not
Like
finding
what?
something is a form of success. So eliminate something on the list.
That's true.
Sure. So it
They
seems
might be
like they're not-
sleeping, or they could be just
They're not an immediate
plotting
threat
and-
right
I
now.
don't-
Melody is on the way. This is the closest to me, or closest to where we are now. I'll drop Salem off last. Can we check our soul crystals as we approach Melody's house?
You can.
One last time,
Yeah.
You
since we're driving
can.
there anyway.
But go for it. Make another mysticism checks.
How convenient that you drop off Salem last.
What are
I
you
just think
saying?
it's only-
I don't understand. What are you implying? Why don't you say it with your full
Nothing.
chest?
I think it's more
Nothing.
the implication that we're checking Melody's house specifically for outsiders.
I don't know why we're checking Melody's house. I guess the
Yeah.
high school is nearby.
Oh my God, Melody! There's outsiders in your house. They're right there.
I wanted to get into a fight tonight.
Within 2 miles. I said within
Yeah.
2 miles.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. As you're dropping off, you're like pulling out your crystals just to check. Nothing's there. It is a quiet night. You patrolled, but I don't know whether or not this is pleasant, but you are somewhat surprised by how quiet the streets are tonight. If only every night could be like this. The outcome of your patrol is that you all reduce stress points by 2, exhaustion points by 1, and during the next sleep phase, you may all recover all of your hit points instead of half. Not that you all needed it, but those are the effects of a quiet night.
Still, all right.
Dig it.
Once Damian drops everybody off, I think they dropped Salem off last. Is there anything anybody wants to accomplish before you all head to bed?
I want to prick my fingers and touch the book.
Mm.
So fast.
Melody, you head up to your room. You close the door. Imagine you kind of lock it. You sit down in the little rug that's in the center of your room, and you place the book on your lap. You take out something, a penknife or whatever. Make a small cut in each of your thumbs. You rub your fingers together a little bit to get the blood nice and, spread evenly. And then with the book open on your lap, you press your thumbs down onto the page. The instant you do so, you feel an odd sort of tugging at your soul. It's not painful, but it's you definitely feel it. A little bit of a draining from you into the book. You watch just your mouth kind of drops a little bit as letters begin to glow along the pages. These glowing letters lift upward, making a ring, a circle around. You see elements of spell work. And because you now have done this, you immediately gain 2 inspiration points. This object is now considered a relic for you. It's something that helps to enhance your knowledge of magic. So as long as you have it in your possession, you gain a +1 to your mysticism bonus.
Okay.
I think I can borrow that book for just a second. Just a quick little.
It wouldn't work for anybody else unless they did the same thing, right? If I let somebody borrow it for a while.
They would have to read the thing, and then they would have to do the same thing, and at that point, it would be a relic for them.
Okay.
Above the table.
Yeah.
But then it has to be in your possession.
Mm-hmm. It has to be in your possession.
So that means James gave this up for me. That's so sweet.
True love.
Yeah, he doesn't need it anymore. He's got his own Magi-Knight, source of.
Like you said, he gave you a bike with training wheels.
He probably has much more powerful things.
So wait, if you have 2 inspiration points, how does that work? Can you have 2? Or
Oh, yes, I was going to ask that. Thank you for reminding me.
Well,
one has to be given
this
away.
This is directly out of your book, Kira. So the way I understand the rules, when you gain an inspiration point and you already have one, you give it to somebody else. So I assume it's the same thing, right?
Yes, I was going to ask if that was the case, that I either need to give them away or I need to use them right away, which you can do that also for certain things.
Up to you.
Yeah, I already have one, so I can give them both away. Does anybody not have one?
I have one.
Salem does not.
Okay, do you have one, Hana? Or Aisha? Does Aisha have one?
Aisha does.
Okay, do you have one, Kat?
I have one.
Okay, so only Salem needs it? Okay, so I will use the other one then and give Salem one. I think it gives me like social points or something. I need to check. I can't remember.
Oh, you can use it to get social points, right?
Social points with James Ronan? Or with
I swear to
Salem?
God.
I have to think about who I want to give them to. Yeah, it's complete a small project such as a poem, song, or buying an item to gain 2 SP with any NPC.
There you go. So who are you giving the social points to?
Let me see what I'm at with James, because I know he was near the next level, so if it would get me to that, then I want to use it for him.
He did give you the book.
It's true.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, he's at 47, so he'd be 1 away. I think I will do it, because it's so close.
Nice.
Melody has more points with James than with anyone.
Yeah, once I get him to 50, though, I'll slow down a little.
Well then. Does anybody else have anything they want to accomplish before heading off to bed?
I think Damian takes the opportunity to chat up Salem a little bit on the drive home. And I think there's an element of like, I think he looks at Salem on the drive home and says something to the effect of, meeting you has been quite the surprise. Like I thought I knew everybody I needed to know in my life. I was a pretty popular kid before all of this, and none of them have called, right? Like none of them have hit me up. I've seen a couple of the soccer team guys. I see them at practice and stuff, but like overall, like I don't know, like I think my time with you has meant more to me than I expected it to. And I'm really glad you showed up. It's really cool.
Hold on, the player's a little flush. Haven't been complimented like that in a hot minute. It doesn't take much to make me blush. But no, I think Salem is gonna just sit there and like really like listen and just, you know what, I don't know, Damian. I've just there's something about you. You gotta forgive the pun, a fiery spirit that I think is really interesting. I'm very curious. I've never quite met, anybody, this whole group in general, let's be honest. I haven't met any.
Yeah, everyone's really cool.
Really, really cool, but man, it's been easy with you. I like that, you've always understood my jokes, and I don't know. But I feel the same. This is, yeah.
Cool. I think when they pull up, Damian leans in for a hug. Just like an awkward car hug.
Oh yeah. Salem absolutely is. He doesn't know how to deal with this because he tries so hard to be so calm and cool, and you keep doing these things that just throw him off. He always tries to be that very anime protagonist, and then I'm thinking back to the time you picked him up at the game, Truth or Dare, and then this moment he's just okay, sure, yeah.
Are we rolling for awkwardness? Is there a accidental kiss that's about to happen?
Oh my God.
I'll leave that to you if you want to. That would probably be a let's say a coordination check.
I'll roll for that if John's
I already
up for it,
rolled.
but I'll
Let's
give
see
you-
what
you do.
happens. Let the dice decide.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 10.
I think Damian's coordinated enough to accomplish his goal, which is to give a hug. Even if Salem is a little like, he's like, all right, don't calm down, it's okay. And then like,
All right.
and I think in keeping with like this like Latin energy that Damian has, he kisses Salem on the cheek, and then pulls back and lets him go.
Nice. I imagine there is blushes on both sides as Salem finally gets out of the car and heads up to the studio apartment. The Wanderer actually is sitting on your couch, Salem, as you enter the building. He smiles up at you and says, "Pretty quiet night tonight, huh?"
I'm kind of not sure how I feel about it personally. I mean, a little relieved. I think everybody kind of needed a chill night, but you know, there's something unsettling about it. How are you feeling?
Oh, pretty okay. I'm healed up, which is good. Since there hasn't been much going on, I've been actually watching this new anime. Managed to catch on your TV here. Got another one coming up if you want to watch it.
You know what? Yeah, sure. I don't gotta be in bed for a couple more hours. Let's pop it on. Let's see what's up.
Which is how you spend your evening. Just chill.
Sure.
The Wanderer is absolutely an anime nerd. Let's see. This is 96. He's showing you Sailor Moon.
Oh. You're saying
Wander's
that as if Salem hasn't already watched every episode and has like secret recordings of VHSs, but yeah, no, I love this one. The English dubbing is really well done, and I love the edits that they've done with some of the characters.
Oh,
It's
I know,
great.
it's crazy, right? It's so good. Anyway, that's it for this evening. However, Melody, when you go to sleep this evening, because you have bonded with the book, you do suffer the effects of feverish dreams. It's an unfortunate side effect of dealing with this type of magic. It wears on the mind. So let me tell you a little bit about feverish dreams. So for everyone else, you are having an actual decent night's sleep. It's called a refreshing night's sleep. Everyone recovers all hit points and magic points. Your stress is reduced even more. Your exhaustion is reduced even more. Your crystalline fractions equal to 2 plus your reputation level goes down as well. Melody, however, you have feverish dreams. In most of the dreams, you have this feeling of something chasing you, something bearing down on you. No matter how fast you run, no matter where you run, no matter where you hide, that eye, ever-present eye, is following you. It's terrifying, but that's all it is. Large, with a single slit down the center. The color of it is dark, dark green. Not like the Wanderer's eyes, which are kind of bright neon. This has red around the edges of it, and it's almost like veins seeping through the dark forest of the green. It is terrifying. And you wake up the following morning with your alarm blaring, and you just shoot up in your bed. Your entire body is covered with sweat. Your hair is plastered to your face and your back. Your heart is pounding in your chest. Now, the effects of feverish dreams are this. you recover hit points equal to your Constitution modifier multiplied by your Magi-Knight level. You recover all your magic points. I'm going to need you to roll to resist. Make a roll to resist purity check. Do you have stress points?
No.
Okay. Do you have any exhaustion points?
No.
Okay, then I'm not going to make you do these rolls. There's no point.
So I don't need to make the purity check?
No, you don't, because it's just reduced
Okay.
stress. I was just reading as I went.
Okay.
So yeah, you wake up in the morning and your heart is thundering in your chest. Without a doubt, that was the most terrifying dream you've ever had.
Okay. And I have a question about it. So, was there any shape to what was chasing me, and all I could see was an eye?
The eye. All you could see
And it
was
was
this giant
huge?
eye. Yes.
Okay.
It was huge. It was like, almost like the size of the moon.
Okay.
Like, imagine the moon in the sky. You can see that big old orb there. It almost looks like the size of a basketball at times. Other times it's like really far away, but it's huge and it's there. It's ever present.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just get up and go take a shower and try to calm down.
Absolutely. Showers do help and does wash away that bit of a feeling, but there is lingering, I would imagine, a little bit on your mind, no matter what. But yeah. With that, you all wake up, and guess what? It's time to start school.
Fine.
Ugh. So let's start up the school music. There we go. Magi-Knights, you are all waking up one by one. Some of you getting a nice cup of tea to start your day, others coffee, some breakfast, some not, some starting off with a good shower just to wash away the willies of a bad dream. But eventually you all do get up, get ready, and make your way towards school. So, team leader, time for some more rolls. You're going to be making two of them. One of them is going to be a D100 table. That's going to be what the weather is like today. The second one is a D12 check. That's going to be what kind of school day you're having.
All right, so we rolled 80 on the percentile and 9 on the D12.
Whew, okay, let's see here. You all step outside of your various homes to discover that the weather is actually warmer than normal for September. There is no precipitation whatsoever, and the wind is just a light breeze. It's actually a very pleasant day. Now, unfortunately, your day kind of turns a little bit sour as you arrive at school. You rolled a 9. Crap. It's a pop quiz day.
We just had a test day. These teachers are
God
ruthless.
Damn it!
Yep.
These teachers are evil.
Hey, that's what happens when you go to a private school.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is a test day at Culture's Academy.
Pretty much. You've all been keeping up with your studies, right? I sure
No.
hope so. Because your student burden checks for today is a DC 14. Not horrible, but not great either.
Yeah.
So, Salem, I believe you were trying to get to school before class started. Is that correct?
That is correct. I was going to be on the lookout for Dr. Priestley. I would like to just have a nice little chat with her before school starts.
Okay. Dr. Priestley, the vice principal is currently in her office. You see that her door is open. Her secretary is sitting there typing away at her keyboard. The secretary looks over at you and smiles. What is her name? I don't remember, so I'm looking. Where is my... That's Mrs. Marie Poole. She's a kind of shorter, stout woman. Gray hair, kind of woven in an almost beehive-looking do. She has very, very bright makeup on, a little too much, some may say, but I say, hey, live your best life, sweetheart. She's sitting there doing her work on the keyboard. She looks up at you, and you can see like she has several pens behind her ears. Probably absently put them there, and like a few more stuck in her hair. And she's kind of sits there and smiles at you and says, Salem, what can I do for you?
I wanted to stop by and see. You're looking lovely today, I gotta say. I love what you did with your hair.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's my favorite do. I wear it every day.
I mean, it's chic, it's functional. Why change it to anything else?
Absolutely. That's why I've had it for the last 47 years.
40? I wouldn't have guessed 7 years. My goodness, what is your secret?
She just titters and, talks a little bit about her beauty skin regimen.
Well, I don't mean to gab and talk your ear off too much. I was actually hoping I could speak with Dr. Priestley if she's available for a few moments.
Dr. Priestley is in. Let's see whether or not she has a moment. She kind of pushes back in her chair. It's one of those chairs on wheels, office, typical office chair. She just slides back, turns, and looks in the office. Dr. Priestley, do you have a moment for Salem Blackwood? That's fine. Send him in. Mrs. Poole looks back at you and smiles and says, "You can go right on in, dear."
Thank you, Mrs. Poole.
And she's slowly scooting herself back to her desk.
I think with this then I will go in and then I'll go ahead and just shut the door and sit down. Thank you for seeing me, Dr. Priestley. I really appreciate you making the time. I just wanted to just say how welcoming that this school has been. Last couple that I've been to, my goodness, they have just felt so closed-minded. I think I was kind of hoping to eventually maybe start like a gay straight alliance here at Coltrast Academy. And it's just, I'm just really inspired because there haven't been a whole lot of like closed-minded clubs or people here. The last school I went to, they had, I'm not one to judge, but there were a few different like heavy religious clubs. And I believe that there should be a separation between church and school. And I'm really thankful that there's not something like that here. I feel really safe and secure because of that.
Well, I'm absolutely pleased to hear that. Well, we do allow students to form their own clubs. Student-formed clubs are obviously managed by the students themselves. We do not discriminate in any way, shape, or form how our students wish to use these clubs. Attendance is not mandatory. Teachers can act as advisors, but generally, as long as students aren't getting up to trouble or wrecking anything or damaging the rooms they use, we tend to let them do their clubs however they like. If you wish to create a gay straight alliance club, we would absolutely allow that. You would have to fill out these forms. You would have to get get a teacher to sign off on being the advisor for that club. And you would have to have a minimum of 5 people to begin said club. So if 5 people are willing, or 4 other people are willing to join besides you, and you can get a teacher to sign off on it, you would absolutely be able to do so, and we would add your club to our club roster.
That's fantastic. I think that's something I can definitely come up with, but again, I just wanted to say thank you, and I think Salem is just trying to like subtly weasel in like there shouldn't be church in school. This is a state sanctioned place. Like really trying to like pepper that in as much because like legally I don't want there to possibly be something
Sure.
later on.
Well, give me your persuasion check, or you can also use influence.
Oh, I'm skilled with persuasion. We are taking that. $13.
So, I get what you're putting down, and the principal, the vice principal, is as well. And she says, "Well, let me be clear. First of all, Coltrast Academy is not a state-run or state-mandated school. We are a private institution of higher learning. We have no affiliation with the state beyond meeting the requirements of the education board for the state. If someone wished to start a religious club, well, I first would question their intent with that sort of thing. There are obviously other locations that would be more appropriate. However, if a group did wish to form one and did so solely for the purpose of engaging with fellow people of that same religion, we could not discriminate against that any more than we could discriminate against the club that you're proposing."
Of course. I understand, but thank you so much again for taking the time. You definitely have alleviated a lot of my worry and stress, and I will get right on gathering up those members. So thank you again.
Just ask Mrs. Poole as you pass her desk, and she will get you the appropriate forms.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. And then, yeah, as calm as I can, I'll go and ask Miss Poole for the forms and start my day.
Absolutely. As you do, you gather up the forms, and you're turning to walk away from Mrs. Poole. And I would like you to make me a a perception check.
Oh my gosh. 10.
Oof.
I know.
Okay. Make your way from the principal's office towards your locker to put your things away. And about that time, you are going to hear, the bell. Everyone loves the bell.
Ding dong, bing bong.
It is the first bell of the day, letting everyone know that they need to get to their classes. It's time to start school. Does anybody have any other business they would like to accomplish before the beginning of your first period class? Nope. Cool. Let's get into it, shall we? It is a B day, so the first period is history with Mr. Thomas Rothen. Thomas Rothen is a short man with big mutton chop sideburns. He's kind of graying a little bit. He has gray eyes. He's always very smart looking and dressed very nicely, and he greets every student as they're coming in with a hearty chuckle as he says, It's time for a pop quiz. Isn't that exciting? You studied, your last test was about everything up to this point, but I sure hope you've been reading ahead, because I want to know what you know about, and then he starts talking about today's subject. So I'm going to need everybody to give me either an academic arts or a leadership check.
And could I just get a quick reminder what it is with the leadership checks that leaders get again? I'm trying to find it, but
An extra
D6.
D4 or D6.
an extra
yeah.
D4?
So Matt can let this go if he wants to, but Derek actually told me we need to add in there errata that does not apply to school. It's only for other leadership checks.
Oh, that's a shame.
That makes sense.
Yes, it was
That's fine.
neglected because we didn't have leadership as a skill you could use in school until later, so we forgot to put that addendum in.
Fair enough.
We will work with that then.
Okay, has everybody made their rolls?
Yep.
We're starting off with our team leader, Salem. What'd you get?
17?
17. That's a success. Katrina.
I got an 11, and I used my bond thing, which was only a 1.
Yeah, so a 12, unfortunately, is a failure. You're aiming for a 14 today.
Well, it was an
Aisha.
11 with the bond.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, gotcha. Aisha.
I got it also an 11. Without the bond, I failed.
That is a failure. Damian.
I got a 14.
14 exactly. Success. Melody.
I somehow crit for the third time tonight, so I got a 26.
Can you share?
Congratulations.
I know, really?
You aced that test. That is 2 successes you just got.
Yeah.
Very
I was
nice.
like, who cares about bad dreams?
The
I'm doing
entire-
awesome.
Heck
The entire
yeah.
test was on seriously. He's a
Okay.
local historical figure.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's it for first period. Your next class is Siren. What the hell? The next class is Science with Mr.
No, I want
Cat.
to take the siren class.
What kind of siren is the question?
Siren. Yeah, what type of siren? Anyway, second period is Science with Mr. Cameron Hawthorne. He is a short man, graying hair. He kind of has a face like a rabbit. He's very short. He wears tweed. And he tells everybody, sit down quick because we got it to the pop quiz. For this class, you're going to be making a medicine or a STEM check.
Oh,
Love that we're
Nice
all lab
rolls.
partners.
Okay, let's start things off with Katrina.
I got a 15.
15, that's a success. Aisha,
17.
17, also a success. Damian,
23.
nice, success. Melody,
14.
14 exactly, just a success. Salem,
15?
15, also a success. Hey, science is your group's thing today. You're all sitting around the same table. Maybe you're passing around notes. I don't know, but you all succeeded. Well done. Your third period of the day is foreign language, which everybody chose their own foreign language when we started the game. That's the language you're currently studying. So when I call your name out, tell me what language you're studying and tell me what you rolled. Okay, you're going to be making either an academic arts or an insight check. Go for it. Okay, let's start things off with Aisha.
I Got a 7, and I'm in Spanish.
You're in Spanish. No habla español. That with a 7.
Maybe 3 languages was enough. Maybe trying to learn a 4th was a foolish endeavor.
Maybe. Who knows? But that is a failure. Damian.
Damian está tomando español, pero hoy no hizo bien. 13.
Unfortunately, with 13, that is a failure. Melody.
Qué lástima.
Roll it, Damian.
You had me in Spanish brain. I was about to respond in Spanish. Because I was translating what you were saying. And so anyway, I was about to say I'm taking French and Spanish. Yes, I'm taking French and I got a modified 20.
Qu'est-ce que tu as dit?
Very nice. That is a success. Salem.
As Salem is in French as well, we got a 22.
22. Success. Very nice. Katrina.
Katrina's taking French and she got a 9.
9. That is a failure. Okay. That is the end of the first block of your classes, which means it's time to tally up your successes and your failures. Yeah, well, or at least you tally up your successes and then subtract your failures, and you're going to tell me that total. Let's start with Damian. Uno. That's 1 success. So, things could definitely be pretty... Oh, damn it. Where'd that go? I just had the table up and I lost it. What the heck? Sorry about that. Anyway, 1 is just keep up the positive attitude. You're doing okay, but things could be better, so no change. That was anticlimactic. Anyway, Melody, you're up next.
This is my first time ever getting this, but I got 4.
Wow. You are student of the hour. You know you're good, but you're not usually this good. You've seriously impressed a friend or a rival. So you get to gain 1 social point with any NPC and gain an inspiration point, or remove 3 stress, which you don't have, and you've got a point of inspiration already, so you get to spend that extra inspiration point again. So who are you giving your social point to, first off?
I'll give it to James so he can be at 50, and then I'll give the other 2 to somebody else. I need to think about it for a second, though.
That's totally fine. We're going to be moving on to Salem. What you got?
I got 3.
3. Nice. You got a bright future ahead of you. The more you think about it, the more you realize that your future has a lot of potential. You don't have stress, but you would remove 2 if you did. Cat?
Ash can't math. 2 failures and 1 success is -2.
So that would be a -1.
-1.
A negative
Yes.
1.
So
I get
unfortunately,
confused
there's
with it.
always tomorrow. You're going to gain 1 stress point.
I get confused with the minusing of the successes and
Yeah, every success counts for you. Every failure counts against you. So that's how the tally works. Aisha, you're up next.
Also, -1.
-1. So you're gaining a stress point as well. Well, that's the end of the first half of school, and the bell rings to let you know it is lunchtime.
As we're walking into the cafeteria, I'm gonna pull Kat in. Kat, sweetie, you're doing fantastic, but I think you're conspiracy theorying a little too close to the sun, and it's starting to affect your school. It's fine. We're a group. We'll get this taken care of.
What's my excuse?
but they're everywhere. I mean, the teachers might even be outsiders. I mean, look how they dress.
I feel too
Some of
bad
them-
to even be mean right now. Please take a breath. Go drink a soda. Reach yourself.
Oh, great squadron leader. What's my excuse?
I mean, you did fine yesterday, didn't you? This one's been having a rough couple days.
I don't remember. It feels like that was a month and a half ago.
Fair enough. Well, it's lunchtime, folks. Which means that it's time to decide what it is you're wanting to do during your lunch period. Now, during your lunch period, you have about 30 minutes to eat and interact with one another or fellow students. I feel like everyone has like 45 minutes than 30 minutes, but whatever. Anyway, during this time, you can either hang out with your fellow students, you can try to get some information by listening about, or just have some type of friendly interaction. Our heroes get to choose between 5 different things. Relax and eat with friends, which gives them a social point and removes a stress point. You can do a last-minute cram session, which is going to give them a +4 to any one roll during their student burden phase. They can listen to gossip and try to get some more insight on things that are going on in Loropa City that might be a little weird. You can try to drink copious amounts of caffeine to get rid of penalties associated with stress and exhaustion, which they don't need to do. Or you can go take a power nap and remove 2 stress points. Those are your options. Let's go around the table and decide what we're doing, starting with Melody.
Can I actually request to go last?
Sure. Then let's jump
Okay.
over to our team leader, Salem.
Oh my goodness. Well, unless somebody is gonna or wants to interact with Salem, they are actually still kind of riding this high. So I think we are going to last minute cram session for mathematics.
Okay, I like it. Katrina, how about you?
Kat feels like she should cram, but she wants to get rid of that stress. So she wants to relax and eat with friends.
Okay. Who are you going to be relaxing with?
Depends if anyone else on the team is relaxing. Otherwise, she'll probably just hang out with people from dance, which she hasn't been hanging around with much except for dance class or dance after school.
That's fair. Aisha, how about you?
I'm thinking away with the bento boxes I've made and asking Unisong if she wants to relax and eat with friends.
Okay. Relaxing with Unisong, absolutely. Unisong's always happy to hang out with a friend, and she will definitely sit down and eat with you, Aisha.
Hell yeah.
Damian.
Sorry, muted. I will. I'm gonna hang out with. I'm gonna seek out Lacey,
Okay.
not for the sake of a social point, unless that would be rad. But for listening to gossip about specifically like the festival and
Okay.
hearing about vendors and what maybe even offering to like communicate with vendors and stuff. But like more, I know it's listening to gossip. So however that mechanic works out.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going over to Lacey to get more information about the Culture Festival. That's a perfect use for listening to gossip. Okay, we're back to you, Melody.
Okay, I would like to listen to gossip. And I also wanted to say that I have Salem as one of the lower social points out of the Magi-Knights, so I gave the 2 social points to them, and I gained that by drawing a little sketch of a guitar with flowers drawn on it for like Blossom Seeker, and gave it to Salem.
It's a Spanish guitar.
Just an acoustic guitar.
Spanish. It just has nylon strings instead of
Oh,
little
okay.
ones.
It's going right in my locker. It's taping that shit up right now. It's great. I love it.
Nice. Okay. Well, It is 7:24. So why don't we use this time to pause and go on break? And when we come back, we're going to find out what our heroes discover, those who are going to listen to gossip, and we'll kind of resolve the rest of lunch period. So stay tuned, everybody. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Things are getting interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. Coming back with lunch. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. And when we last left off, our heroes were gathering up to get ready and go to lunch. They're heading down to the lunchroom as we speak, stepping through the double doors into the wide cafeteria here at Coltrast Academy to see it filled with the various students also having lunch. A lot of tables are full, some tables are open, but everyone has different things they're wanting to do today. So why don't we go ahead and start things off with our team leader, Salem. Salem, you just said you're going to go cram for math. So that's what you're going to go do. You're going to go find a quiet spot, sit down at your table, eat your lunch, and just focus on the books, which is absolutely valid. Next, we're going to go to Katrina. Kat, you said that you're planning on heading over to the dance club and eat lunch with them. But as you're making your way over there, someone walks directly up to you. The individual before you is a Coltrast student who you may or may not have ever seen before. Let's find that out by having you roll a hey, I remember you roll.
D100?
D100.
93.
93. Ooh. Wow. You do absolutely recognize this person. You've seen him a few times, actually. He's a student here at Coltrast. He's in the same grade as you. You have a handful of classes together, but like you only vaguely know their name. You haven't really interacted with this kid a whole lot. He's a little bit taller than you. He's kind of skinny. He has sandy blonde hair that's kind of gelled up and styled to one side. He has a strong jaw with a dimpled chin. He has bright blue eyes. His name is Connor Bleakman. And this is not the only place you've ever seen him before. When you went to church, the Sacred Hearts Church, on Sunday, he was one of the many members of the congregation who you recognized from school. Again, you only kind of vaguely know his name and the fact that he's in a couple of your classes. Like, I don't know, he's in your French class and maybe one other. So, like, you know him, you've seen him around. He's not one of those kids who, like, is big into sports or anything like that. Not really a stand-up kind of, or stand-out person, scholastically speaking. But you do know who he is. And he walks directly up to you, and he's kind of got this big grin on his face as he approaches you and says, hey, your name is Katrina, right?
Yes, you're Connor, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm glad to know that you know who I am. I saw you this Sunday at Sacred Hearts Church, and I didn't get a chance to say hi after the service, but I wanted to just come by and say hi to you now.
Okay, hi.
Hi. How'd you like it? How'd you like the service?
It was interesting.
Yeah, it always is. You know, Pastor Bishop, he's great. He's a really eloquent speaker and all of that, and he has a lot of really good insights.
Yes, he's definitely a good speaker.
Yeah, he definitely is. I was just wanting to know maybe like if you want to sit down, have lunch, and you know, I'd just like to hear your thoughts.
About the church?
Yeah,
I don't know what to think yet. I probably have to go back there again and.
Oh, are you planning on?
Maybe you should tell me more about it.
Yeah, I'd love to tell you more about it. Are you planning on coming back next Sunday?
I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
I'm gonna need you to roll a D20 here real quick. This is going to be 1 second here. Yeah, this is going to be a roll to resist magic check.
Oh. So that's just the D20?
It's just a D20, unless you have your proficiency in one of the soft skills. Because remember, everyone has one roll to resist that they're proficient in.
Okay, yeah, I think I have it in Dex.
Gotcha. So there you go. So yeah, this is just going to be no, it's going to be with whatever soft skill you use.
Okay. I don't know. It rolled horribly.
Yeah, that is a 2 you rolled on the dice. So
yeah, I'm on the wrong page. I'm on my student page anyway.
So when the kid mentions when he asks you whether or not you're planning on going back to the church, you can't help yourself. You just would really like to go to that church. You really kind of want to go next Sunday.
I probably will go. It'd be quite interesting.
Great. I can't wait to see you there. But yeah, you want to sit down and have lunch?
Okay.
He's going to actually sit wherever you sit. If you are kind of feeling weird and go sit with a dance club, he's going to sit down right next to you. The effect of your lunch is not going to change. You're still going to be relaxing and eating with friends. You can still remove one stress point and gain one social point with one NPC or Magi-Knight.
Okay.
And yeah, the kids just kind of talk about the youth group and the church in general, and just be very vague about his things. You know, he's just a kid who goes to church, and he likes to talk about it. And he does, but at the end of the lunch, he does mention, you know, I've been kind of thinking about trying to start a club here at Contrast. You know, for fellow congregants of the church. There's quite a few of us. I've already heard back from like 8 other people saying, yeah, they'd really like to do it. If you like, I'll let you know when we get things settled, and that might be something else you can check out and enjoy.
Maybe I'll have to see, because I have dance club, so...
Oh, yeah, right. And he kind of looks around at all the other dancers who are definitely been giving him the outsider stare, you know, somebody who's not a part of the group but is sitting there. It's awkward for everybody else, but this kid is straight up oblivious. Yeah, that's your lunch.
Weird.
Aisha, you hook up with Unisong, and you have a nice lunch together. Do you have any stress points?
I reduce my stress
Okay, so
by
you're
1
going to
and
reduce
take
your
the
stress
1.
by 1 and take that social point and give it to whomever you like. Who are you giving it to? Oh, yeah, and Kat, I forgot to ask Kat, who'd you give yours to?
I gave it to my best friend.
Nice.
Aw.
Abby. I figured she needed more points. Although I'm not too sure what happens when you get lots of points.
There's a chart in the book. I
Yeah.
can tell you the page later.
But you basically get to add another D4 from somebody else.
Is it for just... I think it says for social things. But it wouldn't be for school or anything. It would just be... I'm not too sure what it helps with.
As the number goes up, the die during that you can use for that roll for like pretty much any non-combat encounter, including school, it goes up at a certain threshold as the number goes above like 50, etc. And then when you get additional people at the 30+ range, you gain additional uses of that ability at the level based on the table.
So there you go.
She's currently almost at 20, so...
Okay. And then Aisha, who are you giving your social point to?
I gave it to Yuna. Eventually
Nice.
we'll get her up to 30. We're at 9.
Nice. Okay. Damian, you decided to sit down and have lunch with Lacey. but your intention here is to get more information about the upcoming cultural festival here at school. This means that you are going to need to roll. Let's see here. You are going to be rolling your investigation check.
19.
19. That is a success. So, let's see here. Your time with Lacey, you sit down and have lunch with her, and it's not hard to get Lacey to talk about the Culture Festival. She will just jabber your ear off about the whole thing. Between getting all the booths ready, all the different classes, or all the different clubs putting together their booths, the vendors who's going to be selling stuff. You got street fair vendors of like toys and tchotchkes, like we were talking about during break. But also there's like food vendors and stuff like that, and it's a very large logistical challenge to put all this together, and she's doing a lot of work. Like, she's putting in some extra hours here every night at after school, dealing with all of this. The whole convention club, the people, the committee who's overseeing the whole thing, all of them are working late into the evening putting all this together. Now, what sort of information are you looking for? I'm going to allow you to ask me 2 questions that Lacey can answer.
What is the role that Gidim Development is playing in the Culture Festival?
She tells you that they are they are one of the sponsors of the event. They've put down a lot of money to have their advertising all throughout the festival. It's his logo is on pretty much all of the flyers for it, showing that he's the main sponsor. Gidim Development is. They have access to the park. They have like a dozen tickets that they got for free that employees of the company are going to be using to take their families to go see the whole thing and to get in for free. They got food vouchers for free for doing all this, but they're paying a large amount of money to get to have this privilege. But yeah, they are the she confides in you that they are the top spending sponsor of this event.
Only 2 questions, huh?
So I will allow you to ask some clarifying questions if you have any for what I just told you.
Does she have any meetings with GitHub? Like, have the items and everything that they have procured as a result of their donation, the like thank you gifts, have they been delivered to get him yet? Like the vouchers
and all that. The answer is no, they haven't. They're going to be getting them like a couple days before the festival starts. He hasn't even printed those off yet.
Okay. I'd like to put a pin in that and offer to deliver them. To be the delivery person for that. But I have the second question I have is about a different vendor, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your second question?
Is Sacred Hearts Church involved with the cultural festival at all?
No, not at all. She tells you that they wouldn't accept that kind of donation. Like a religious institution isn't a private business. While they're not like a state-run school, they still like keep that separation for the most part. And like, she's never even heard of a church offering to sponsor it. No, it's mostly just local businesses. Gidim Development is one. Sweet Dreams Confectionery is another. Ambrosia Cafe is another.
Can I ask, just off, you can say no to this, can I ask if Indolence Games is involved in any advertising?
She says that no, they're not.
Okay.
She's never even heard of that company before, actually.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah, she tells you, I'm honestly not really much of a video game person. I haven't played a whole lot of them. I don't know much about games, honestly.
Then at this point, I'm going to volunteer and say, Lacey, thanks for the info. I'm just so curious about like how something like this comes together. I want to take something off your hands. Why don't you let me deliver the items that need to be delivered to get them to development? I've got a car. I'm happy to make the drive. I know it's kind of deep in the city. Yeah, it'd be my pleasure. What do you think?
You are going to make for me a persuasion check.
Okay. That's a 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, what her reply to you is, I appreciate the thought, Damian. I really do, but no, I assume one of the teachers will take it up to them, or they'll send somebody to pick it up themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. Of course. The other thing I would like to volunteer is I have a connection at Indolence Games. Rather, I'm hoping to get involved with a beta that they are testing. I'm going to be honest with her. I'm going to say I would like to maybe hit them up to see if they want to sponsor, because they are, they're interested. It's a video game company. Teenagers play video games. Maybe they would want to have a booth. Maybe we should hit them up for, sponsorship. And I'm happy to go ask if they're interested.
One more persuasion check.
Come on, baby. 15.
15. That's much better. She says, we do have, we could accept another sponsor. I have some brochures that I can give you if you're wanting to go down there and drop them off. That would actually be great.
Cool. And then, are you working after school on the project?
Oh yeah, I'll be working on this until pretty much the day of. There's so much to do.
Yeah, I'll come. Why don't I'll let's meet up after school. Let me help you. Let me take some of that burden off of you.
Sure, absolutely.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then that will be my plan for free time.
Okay.
And that's those are all the questions I have.
I like it. Next up, we are going to Melody. Melody, you said you're also wanting to look for gossip. What are you wanting to?
Yes.
What's your plan here?
I kind of just want to wander the lunchroom and see if I hear a weird conversation, and then listen in on that. See if I can learn something from that.
I like it. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Modified 20.
Very nice. Okay. You kind of just walk around a little bit, and you're going to hear a couple interesting things. The first one that pops up is you hear James Ronan's name mentioned, and you look over and you see it's the yearbook club. A group of them are talking and kind of complaining that James hasn't been in school the last couple days. They tried reaching out and asking them because he's got like some projects that he's working on for them that they kind of need right now, and he's been like no contact whatsoever. They've tried calling his number, no answer. They're all getting frustrated, and that just kind of makes you laugh a little bit. But a couple tables down, you do hear another thing that kind of stops you in your tracks. There's a couple kids from the computer club. They're sitting there chatting, and you notice that like the table the computer club usually uses is a little bit more empty than it has been. You listen to as them talking, and one kid is saying to another, "Hey, did you hear about Billy Barnes? He got into the beta test for that new game. What's it called again? That's me talking. Polybus. He got into the beta test for Polybus. Oh my God! I can't believe that. Him too? Yeah, that's crazy. Well, have you heard from him? What are they saying? What do you say? Is it a cool game? Well, that's the thing. Like, he's been doing it now for the last few days. He every day was going in right after school down to the game store or to the company itself, Indolence Games. He goes down there right after school, plays it all night, heads home. We've been asking him about it the last couple days. He just said, "Sorry, I can't say anything. I've signed an NDA." He did say that it was kind of cool and like 3D and really, really immersive. But then, like, I was going to ask him about it today too, and didn't come to class today. We should call him at the end of school, see if he's if he skipped and is just down at the game, playing the game itself all day. And they both kind of chuckle at that a little bit.
Okay. Well, someone went missing, maybe.
At the very least, they didn't come to school today.
Yeah, or maybe they're just, like they said, playing it during school hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the conversation kind of goes on a little bit, because he's not the only one. 2 other people from the computer club are also skipping school right now. In total, there is missing from the computer club Billy Barnes, Cassandra Sitter, and Richard Pryor.
I was muted, but that made me laugh so hard.
Why?
Because he's a real man. Richard Pryor is a fantastic comedian from the 60s, 70s.
Oh yeah, that's where I got that from.
That's like
hilarious.
I'm glad you remembered. I was like, I couldn't click. I was like, I know that name.
Yeah, super abrasive, super, the content is not, it's definitely not safe for work. But, he broke boundaries. He's amazing.
Nostalgia. Anyway, so 3 people from the computer club have all gotten into the beta test. And so far, all 3 of them are skipping school. The one hasn't been, Billy Barnes, just skipped today. The other individuals, Cassandra didn't come to school Monday or Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, I'll remind you. The third one, Richard, he stopped coming to school on Wednesday previously.
That's 5 days?
So yes, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Monday and Tuesday he is all missed school. And then the 2 of them say, "You don't think they're all just skipping and hanging out at the game place, do you?" And then one says to the other, "Well, if you got invited to the beta, wouldn't you just stay there and play it nonstop?" And they both kind of laugh at that. Yeah, we probably would.
Okay.
The conversation gets boring after that point.
All right, I'll go slink away.
Okay.
Back to somewhere to eat my lunch.
To eat your lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, you find an empty phone booth that you go sit at, and you're half tempted to, just to piss him off.
I actually was like, I want to ask him about my dream, but I don't want to make like a whole visit to his house for just one question. I'm like, wait, I can't call him. He's gonna yell at me again.
Above the table, I think he said you can call him, but not talk to him about certain things over the phone. So like you could call him and be like, "Hey, dude, let's talk soon, but I don't want to have to come find you. Why don't you find me?" You know what I mean? Like,
It's 1996, being like, "Hey, I don't know where you are. Let's hang out at Y over a phone call" is the norm. That was the texting of the time.
Yeah, he did specifically say if you want to get in touch with him, call him, and he'll arrange a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
You don't have to. We're just reminding you of all the facts.
Yeah.
Like hard to get. Make him work for it.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he would. Okay? If he wanted to, he would.
Yeah, maybe I'll wait. Just keep my dream to myself for now.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, the lunch bell rings, and it's time to get into the second half of our school day. Your fourth period class is Language Arts with Mr. Liam O'Shea, who is a tall, gawky-looking human. Why did I say human? I'm thinking D&D. He's a tall, lanky-looking man. He has long white hair, but he's balding on top, so it's just a back ponytail going down his back. He always dresses really, really garishly, like, like something out of the 70s. No tie, just an open shirt showing his chains. We're going to say that today he's wearing a bright maroon, corduroy, a maroon corduroy suit today, because that's just ridiculous. And he invites everybody to come in and sit down and take your pop quiz. You're rolling academic arts checks. Go ahead and make your rolls.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, really, guys? Couldn't one of you fail?
Since we are in our last hour and such a nice guy, I will remind Aisha that they do have the random Rhapsody coin.
Right. I'm gonna click that again and get a number below 5 again.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna use my D4. I'm not gonna roll a 4, but I'm gonna use my D4.
Oh,
That's
so close.
So close.
Oh, no.
So close with a 3.
Oh.
Well. We already know what you
time.
got. Aisha, unfortunately, that's a 13. Damian, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 17.
17, that's a success. Melody,
Modified 20.
very nice, also a success. Salem,
18.
18, a success. Kat,
20.
20, a success. So far, the second half of your day is looking pretty good. You make your way from history to your next class, science, with Mr. Cameron Hawthorne. Wait a minute, no, sorry. I'm looking at the first one. Why am I doing that? Mathematics is a 5th period class. Yeah.
I was about to say, did I study the wrong thing? Oh,
No, Matt was just looking at the beginning period for some reason. 5th period is mathematics with Mr. Nathaniel Vale. Dark-skinned, somber man, very skinny, kind of looks like a funeral director more than a math teacher. But he tells everybody to sit down and shut up as he hands out these tests, and you're all making STEM checks.
Okay.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay. Use that inspiration.
Nice. You passed, Damian.
I'm gonna use my advantage.
Oh, thank you.
Still didn't help.
That is unfortunate. Yep, you did have that advantage from Dim Grey Wolf. Thank you, Dim Grey Wolf. And unfortunately, it didn't really help you.
Well,
what did you roll
from
into?
a 5 to an 11.
Yeah,
but-
hey, I mean, you did go up. That's something. Aisha, what did you get?
I got 7.
7, that is also a failure.
Yeah.
Damian,
I got a 14 with my bomb die.
and very nice. You just scrape by with a success. Melody,
15.
15. That's a success. Salem.
Salem at first started off by looking over at Kat's, just more worried than trying to copy, but kept writing her answers, and then was like, no, wait, we studied this. And I got a 20. Originally, it was a 6.
Well, fortunately, were able to catch yourself and scrape by with a pass. That is a success. Okay. You got one more period of the day. 6th period is computers with Mrs. St. Cloud. She is a prim and proper woman, kind of looks more like a school marm from the Wild West than anything else. But you are going to be rolling an investigation or a STEM check for this class. Okay, I've been going in a weird roundabout order, so looks like I'm going to start things off with Salem.
23.
23, that's a success. Kat.
I got an 11 again.
11 again. Unfortunately, that is a failure. Aisha.
That is just... Where did my... 12.
What was that?
I'm muted. Sorry.
Something broke. Anyway, what did you get, Aisha?
12.
12. That is a failure. Damian.
Yeah. Damian got a 12.
Damian got a 12. That's also a failure. Melody?
14.
14. Just a success. Okay. That's the end of your last period, so it's time to tally up our successes and failures and figure out what we got for the second half of our day. I'm going to start things off right now with Melody. What did you get?
3 successes.
3 successes. Very nice. With 3 successes, you got a bright future ahead of you. The more you think about it, the more you realize your future has a lot of potential. So you're removing 2 stress points, which you don't have. Salem.
3 successes as well.
3 successes as well. You also have a bright future ahead of you. Well done. Katrina.
1 failure again.
1 failure again. Well, there's always tomorrow. You're going to gain 1 stress point again. Aisha.
I have a -3.
A -3. Ouch. Why is school so hard? You failed so miserably that you feel physically ill. You're going to gain 2 stress points and an exhaustion point. Ouch. That's rough. Damian, you with us now?
Yeah, apologies for having my own form of technical difficulties, more like relational difficulties. I got a 1.
Got a 1. Okay.
It was a very unlucky moment for you.
I mean, if you guys want to know, I'll tell you, but it's not a big deal anymore. Everything's okay.
Okay, well, as long as everything's okay. But a 1 is keep up the positive attitude. You're doing okay, but things could be better. So no change to you. Okay. That's it for your school day. Congratulations. The bell rings one last time, telling everybody that the end of the day is upon us. You all leave your classes, head to your lockers, gather up all your stuff, and prepare for the next phase, which is going to be your free time. So let's get into that a little bit. Why is the music there? There we go.
Trying to figure out what clubs we're on today.
Yeah, that is a good question. Let's find out real quick by checking out our calendar.
I forgot to check what day it was before I committed to lazy.
Whoops. Well, it is Tuesday the 10th, which means that you got soccer practice and the Ghost Hunter Club today.
Ooh, are the ghost hunters back, or are they still in the hospital?
Good point. The ghost hunting club is canceled today. You're going to see when you go to look at the club board. So no ghost hunting club, but you do still have soccer practice, Damian. So now you got to make a decision. Are you going to blow off Lacey after you promised her at lunch you're going to be hanging out with her, or are you going to are you going to blow off the soccer club and do that with Lacey, or are you going to blow off Lacey and go to the soccer club?
Can we stop saying blow off?
No.
To determine who I'm going to blow off,
Oh.
I would like to try to find Lacey. I would like to try to find her and tell her that I ADHD'd my soccer practice. And if I cannot find her, then I will blow her off.
Okay. Well, either way, you're blowing her off. So just whether or not you're going to be telling her about it first. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to make a perception check to see if you can spot Lacey. This isn't going to be too big of a challenge, so let's say this is going to be the same thing as the rest of the day has been, 14.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Come on, gods. Cool. Real cool. Yeah. Shit.
Unfortunately, with an 11, you go kind of walking around school looking for her, but she's not in any of the usual haunts, and then you see Coach Appleman, and he's like, "Come on, Damian, let's get to class, or let's get to practice. We need we won against La Ropa High, but we still got a lot of schools to beat."
Tied against.
Yeah, that's right.
That was a dark day. I was very depressed about that.
Yeah, that's it. We tied against La Ropa High. We did the best we could, but we still got a lot of other games to do, and we just need to focus and bring it all together and unite as a team. So let's go.
Yep, I will try to make it up to Lacey another time.
Definitely going to try to make it up to Lacey, but since you are not able to find her to tell her about it beforehand, and since you're not going to be there, you're going to lose one social point with Lacey. Shame. Well, you know what Damian's doing for the free period. What about the rest of you?
I kind of had already decided this before all of that went. I was also going to help Lacey out with the stuff because John, the player, knows how much a festival takes, so I feel bad and want to assist with it.
Okay, fair enough. So how are you using this, helping Lacey as a free time activity?
Yeah, I think we're going to do we did this last time, so hang out with a close friend, I believe, is the best one, or one I think I like the best for it.
Absolutely. Okay, yeah, let's go with hang out with a close friend. You know what Salem's doing now? What about everybody else?
What are you planning to have Aisha do, Hana?
I wanted potentially.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
But I could be talked into other more narratively juicy things. I'm just trying to get more social points with my NPCs.
Yeah, I just need like a short conversation with you, so it doesn't have to be our free time phase activity.
Cool. We can do that like before the thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like right after school, probably.
Yeah. Before that, to help make my decision, the sports had to be physical sports.
Which one are you talking about?
I thought that got updated in the docs, that it wasn't like playing sports with friends anymore, that it was something else.
It might have been. I'm looking at the one in...
I think it's called Blow Off Steam.
Is it called Blow Off Steam now in the official book?
Where you decide to unwind through physical exertion and reduce stress points by 3. That one?
So it does have to be physical.
Yeah,
That was my question.
Well, blow off steam, that's what it says. You decide to unwind through physical exertion.
Cool.
Warcraft is a physical exertion.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's all subjective, you know.
Cool. As long as we're subjectively agreeing that I can have a sweaty game of Warcraft with my brother and get social points with him and also reduce my stress by 3.
Well, I mean, you gain 1 social point no matter what you're doing. So, yes, you would absolutely use that towards your brother by playing a really, really involved and heated game of Warcraft. Why not? Okay, who's left?
I'm trying to figure out what lowers stress.
Blowing off steam is 1.
I only have
that.
one.
I'm doing sports, but that's it.
Rest and relaxation removes 2 stress points and 1 exhaustion point.
If you only have 1 stress point, I mean, it doesn't really do anything, and you'll get rid of it when you sleep.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to spend my free time with my parents and also visit my brother's grave with them.
Okay.
I need to figure out which thing that counts as, though. What would fit?
Probably hanging out with a close friend?
Well, it'd be 2 people and a dead person, so...
So, I mean...
That's usually one-on-one, isn't it? Yeah, so... I'll figure it out while they're discussing what they're doing. Let's see.
Have a picnic at the grave. Have a picnic with your brother and your mom and dad.
Be well fed.
Yeah.
That could work.
Okay, Kat, you're last.
Okay. She will just go to the movies with her best friend. Heal 1 stress and gain an additional point, unless that's changed. 1 extra social point and heal 1 stress.
Yeah, see a movie. You heal 1 stress point and gain 2 social points that must be split up between multiple characters that attend.
Oh, it has to be split?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just Dragonette or NPC.
So I thought that's what it said for the mall.
To the mall and beyond, gain 1 social point, and you may spend any number of budget tallies to gain a new item.
Okay, because what I'm looking at isn't the same then.
Which one are you looking at? I'm actually looking at the what's it called? The quick reference sheet.
I was looking at the little ones that you posted in here.
Oh, yeah, those are the old ones. I haven't had a chance to change them all up yet. That's why we have the quick reference sheet.
Where is the quick reference sheet?
It would be a PDF. We got... I forgot that the free time stuff was in here.
Open.
Don't have it.
Because then it's like...
There you go.
It's completely different from what I was looking at. I'll do them on close. I don't need a pop-up right now. I need to hurry.
I think that pop-up was the PDF, the quick reference.
No, I didn't pop anything up. I sent it via Discord.
No, my my what's it called? Acrobat had a pop-out about this new feature, blah 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 blah. No.
Gotcha.
I see.
Don't you hate that?
It's worse.
No, I want something that heals stress just because.
Well, you only have 1 stress point, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seeing the movie would be the best one to do, and you split up the 2 social points between 2 NPCs.
I can also
NPC.
I can also get rid of your stress point.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. The stress point is not something you need to worry about.
Okie dokie. So if I do hang out with a close friend, Then I do a persuasion check. If you succeed, you gain 2 with that NPC. If you fail, you only get 1. Is that the 1 overall, or is these?
That's excluding.
No, everyone gets 1 by default every free time phase.
Okay.
Anything inside the descriptor is an additional benefit on top of the one you get just by being in free time phase.
Okay, so for the hangout with a close friend, you have an option of getting 3 points total.
Potential, yeah.
You can if you succeed at the persuasion influence, which Kat isn't good at.
Yeah.
But she feels like she has to make up to her friend. She hasn't been hanging around them very much. So I guess I'll do that one.
Okay, hanging out with a close friend. Like it. So let's resolve these here real quick. Everybody who's hanging out with a close friend, roll for me either an influence or a persuasion check.
I'm going to do the
Twinsies.
restaurant one. So I'm not doing that one.
Gotcha. Okay, so both of you do succeed. So here's the deal. Everybody gets 1 social point just because you're doing something during your free time phase. That's the 1. Number 2, anyone who's just doing a one-on-one thing with one other person, Salem and Kat, sounds like that's what you're doing. So the 2 of you both gain another social point with that individual. So far we're at 2. Both of you have also succeeded your persuasion checks. That means you both gain 2 more social points with that NPC. So in total, the both of you have just gained 4 social points with your NPC of choice. Salem, you're hanging out with Lacey, helping her do the student festival stuff. And basically she's like kind of talking shit a little bit. That Damian was going to be there.
Can I interrupt briefly? Just briefly? I was reading the description and it says if you pass, you get 2. If you fail, you get 1. So I think that's only a max of 3 total. The extra and then the 2 for passing, right?
So there's the 1 just for doing free time phase. Then there's the special outing bonus. You spend one-on-one time with one individual and nobody else. That gives you a 2nd. Then you roll and you gain 2 more.
Oh, okay. I see. So you can get up to 4.
Up to 4.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Okay,
yes.
Got it.
Correct.
Apologies. Thank you.
So, like I said, Lacey was kind of disappointed that Damian also didn't show up, but at least she has a good friend like you to help out, Salem. Kat, you hang out with your best friend. You have a really good time together. You said something about seeing a movie, so let's go with that or whatever. You hang out with the two of you together. You gain those 4 social points. You leave the outing really feeling good and more bonded with your friend. Melody, you said that you wanted to do the restaurant one, which basically reduces either your exhaustion or stress points by 1, and you gain the well-fed effect. This allows you to re-roll any dice rolled during your next physical skill check. That's your strength, your con, or your dex, your hard stats. Okay? So you gain that. You and your mom and your dad go to your brother's gravestone. You sit there together, have this little picnic, have a good meal together, and generally just kind of hang out and bond. Aisha, you said... Sorry, I'm blanking. What did you say you're going to be doing again? You're blowing off steam. That's right.
You're blowing off steam.
Yeah.
And doing a one-on-one Warcraft match with my big bro.
One-on-one Warcraft match with your brother. I don't know. You have a lot of fun doing this. You both play and enjoy. Do me a favor, roll real quick to see if you beat him or he beat you. Just roll a d20.
Just a d20? Cool.
Yeah, just roll a d20. If it's over 10, you won.
I super won.
Oh, you
Crushed him.
kicked his ass. Absolutely you did with a nat 20. Very nice. Okay. Damian. You go to the soccer team and you have a good practice at soccer. First thing we need to do is decide what it is you're doing. Are you going full throttle to gain an exhaustion point and gain a club tally? Are you going to do moderate participation and gain plus 10 to the growth check? Are you going to do your boisterous support to gain 1 social point with a club NPC? Or are you going to take it easy and reduce stress and exhaustion by 1?
Full throttle!
Full throttle! I feel like I need like an air horn sound.
Bow, bow, bow.
Yeah. Let's see. I know I got one somewhere. Hold on.
Where do I track club tallies on this new sheet?
On the 4th tab.
Background?
It's at the end somewhere.
Oh, the
Yeah, it's
goal
at the bottom.
tallies. Oh, shoot. I forgot where I was at. I think we've had 1 resounding growth, but I don't remember how many tallies I've had since. I think I can figure it out.
Okay. Well, while you're trying to figure that out, gain 1 exhaustion point, and you can go ahead and put down that you have 1 club tally. At the end, what's that?
I said, yeah. Yep.
You got it?
You got it.
After that, I'm going to need you to make your club check. This is a D100 check. On a 50 or higher, you're going to gain another club tally. So go ahead and make your club check.
34.
Ooh, that is a failure.
So we went full throttle.
You got
Go ahead.
one. You got 1 more check to make. This is going to be an athletics con check. See how you're feeling.
Oh shoot! I can only change it between Dex and Strength. I can't change it to Con. I guess I can manually change it, right? Which would be.
Yeah, it's probably because it doesn't usually use it, so.
Yeah.
Unless that's a mistake, I'll have to check.
I mean, it's fine. Con bonus is 1, so it's going to be a total of 4. Roll that. 16.
Hey, that is a success, which means you're not gaining another exhaustion point. That's a good thing. You gave it your all. You went full throttle, but at the end of practice, you're feeling pretty damn good and a little bit hyped up.
Yeah.
Well
Love it.
done. Well, that's it for our free time phase.
Actually, before that,
Yes.
at the beginning of the free time phase.
Oh yeah.
Melody,
Melody was going to talk to Aisha. I apologize.
Yes, no worries.
Let's go ahead.
Flashbacks are fine.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do a flashback as everybody's leaving their club. Aisha and Melody kind of think back on the conversation they had right before the beginning of their free time period. Let's go ahead and get into that.
Okay, so after school, I just catch Aisha somewhere. I guess by the lockers.
Hi. What's up, Melody?
Say hi. So I haven't really been able to talk to you since... What day was that? Saturday?
Yeah.
Saturday when we were on the soccer field? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hana did not know what day she was referencing. Yeah. Lots happened since then, and then.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just wanted to apologize for hesitating before coming back when you called all of us to group up. I wanted you to know that I thought you were a really great leader for our team, and we accomplished a lot with you, and I wasn't ignoring you because I didn't feel that way, is what I was trying to, or what I am trying to make clear right now. It was because I thought that I could stop whatever James was trying to do to the Wanderer. So I was trying to help our team and help the Wanderer. But when I realized nothing was going to come from that is when I came back. But I'm sorry if I made you feel like I didn't care about you or the team.
Do you, the player, consent to your character being glumped right now?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Aisha's going to just tackle, hug her, and I imagine they would probably kind of collapse into the locker. So she goes, No, I was probably letting my insecurities at the after party run wild. We are a team that all have our own special role to fill, and sometimes that includes the Green Ranger.
I mean, Power
Has
Rangers
Melody
is not
watched?
that point.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if she's watched Power Ranger.
I don't know.
Make a roll, evens, yes, odds,
Yes,
no.
there you go.
At least enough to know who the Green Ranger is and that he came in later.
Rollies.
What should I roll? Just a d20?
Yeah, just roll a d20. If it's over 10, you have seen it. If it's under 10, you have not.
Here's the thing. She's not referencing Power Rangers either. She's referencing Sentai, technically.
Oh, I rolled an 8.
So that's fine. You haven't watched a weird, obscure Toketsu show in 1996?
That's valid.
I like Green Ranger. Like Forest Rangers?
I'll show you a printout and explain Toketsu tomorrow.
Okay.
It's a Japanese superhero show. Generally, there's one that like rubs against the grain a bit, but like as a result, they help out a lot.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that you view James that way. I think besides me, you're the only one who does, so I appreciate that.
I spent a long time not being nice to anyone, so I'm trying to make up for lost time.
You've already, I mean, I didn't know you before, but you've already done a lot for us, so I think you can forgive yourself for that time.
I want to let the dice decide. What would be a don't blush roll?
I feel like that would probably be
Straight Constitution, or
yeah, I think a Constitution check would be appropriate for this.
yeah. 10. I think it's like there is definitely a reddening, but not like super obvious. It could just be warm because we are slammed against a locker and have not yet stood up, but it's probably a blush. And she's gonna go, thanks. I would love to continue talking, but I have to go talk to my brother now because we haven't talked in weeks. Bye, and run off and start again.
Okay. I say bye.
Adorable. With that flashback sequence ending, everybody is finishing up their free time phase. And it's about that time to get together and kind of chat on the communicators once again to discuss what you want to do for your investigation phase.
Well, all right. Are we all still? We're all still at school.
Oh, I
Now this is after free time.
Yeah, after free time.
Oh, that's right.
So,
that's right.
like, Kat is at the movie theaters.
Perfect.
Melody is at the cemetery. Yada yada yada.
Gotcha. Okay.
I feel like you and Damian are at school still.
Yeah. Has anybody, like, by this point, kind of told us any information they may have found out, like, over lunch or whatnot, or are we still kind of in the dark on that?
I assume we just generally, unless we explicitly say we don't, convey stuff like quickly over to communicator as we learn it.
Okay, then I think with that in mind, Salem would probably push a little bit more for indolence games. they're taking a power play. People are now actively going missing, whereas everybody else is kind of, they're building stuff up, but they haven't taken any sort of attack, you know what I mean?
That reminds me. I'm going to say that at the end of your free time phase, Salem, Lacey would have given you a couple, like just a manila envelope with some flyers and a sheet for sponsorship. If somebody wants to sign up for sponsorship, you give this to you and says, hey, Damian had asked me for these. He mentioned something about going to a business to look for more sponsors. Is this a Magi-Knight thing, or is this him or them being helpful thing?
It's hard to say with Damian. He's probably honestly trying to be helpful. He really is genuinely a nice, caring, compassionate person. I think sometimes they, if they go faster than their mouth goes faster than their brain sometimes,
Sure.
but their heart is always in the right place.
Okay, well, I appreciate your insight. Anyway, they asked me to give this to them, and I think you're probably going to go see them before I will. So, yeah, here you go.
And yeah, I'll take the envelope, and then I guess try to meet up with Damian since they're the closest one here.
Yep, absolutely. She says goodbye to you. Her mom is outside the school waiting in the car. So Lacey goes skipping off and gets in the car with her mom, and they drive away. And you find Damian probably coming out of the locker room after just having showered and changed and all that.
Yeah, I think I'd walk up to Salem and ask them what they've been up to for their free time phase.
Yeah, just hanging out with Lacey. We had a really great time. We talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of very important things.
I think at that you see no insight check required. You see Tommy on fully ADHD realize oh right, like I looked for her, I couldn't find her. I totally spaced that I had soccer practice today, and but I did offer to go to Indolence Games and see if they were, and I relay the conversation that we had during lunch after kicking myself a whole bunch, and recommend that both of us maybe go because he's got the materials.
Oh, but do you know that? Because I think Sam was gonna keep playing around like, that's such a good idea, but I mean, because you weren't there, we didn't get the stuff to do. I'm just kidding, and then bops you on the head with the manila envelope.
Yeah, nailed me. Yeah, no, for sure. Just says, I was supposed to get a bunch of flyers, and then smack. Yep, needed that. Yep, thank you.
Come on, soccer star, let's get the others. We got work to do.
Cool. So that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. You two are heading to Indolence Games to do some more snooping about. How about everybody else? What are your plans?
I plan to join them at Indolence Games after a quick shower and rushing out the door yelling to my parents, Hero failed his midterms.
Oh, vicious. No, I didn't. She's lying.
He's in a different country. He's at UT.
Oh, that's right. He yells this over
They happen to be on the phone with him while it's happening.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. So what's the plan? You're heading to Indolence Games as well.
Yeah.
Katrina, Melody, how about the two of you?
Yeah, to me that seems like the weirdest place right now. I'm hoping we can somehow get inside to see if all the students are in there.
Can I make a persuasion check perhaps and just say like, hey, I don't think we should all go. Like John and I have both signed up for the beta.
Salem.
Oh, that's
And
true.
Salem and I have both signed up for the beta. I'm worried about us showing up as a group in trying to get in, especially with me like having a very specific in with like trying to get sponsors for the festival. But I could be persuaded out of why it would be a good idea to go as a group, basically.
I have nothing else to investigate right now. My best skills are talking up boys. There are going to be a bunch of male people there. Let me help you. Let me use the abilities my character was built. That became above the table at the end.
That's probably true. That's fair enough. I don't have an argument for that. That's great. Let's figure out how to make it work. Yeah.
I'm happy to go somewhere else. I just we already tried get him, and I'm not sure where else to go because that was a dead end during the day.
There's always a library. Finding out what's going on in City Hall.
True, but I mean, I would like to actually interject. Like, Damian, you and I, yes, correct. We did do a good, thorough investigation of Indolence Games, but we did reach a bit of a snag. So if we all at least go, some of us could do the socializing while the others might be able to do more investigations around, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Like distraction? Like provide a distraction if we can?
Or get a better lay of the land. Do more digging while we could be potentially distracting.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Love that. Okay. Great. Why don't Aisha and either John and myself, either one of us, will go
Salem.
inside and Salem, thank you. Why not Aisha or Salem, either one of us go inside and try to gain access. Again, Salem at this point has the pamphlet with the flyers and all the stuff for the school festival and actually knows more details now after having actually worked with Lacey on it. And then me and Kat and Melody can be athletic and stuff and look around on the outside.
Fun. Aisha, you and I haven't actually had a chance to really work together. What do you say?
Okay. Sounds like a plan. The only person we haven't heard from is Kat. Kat, what are you wanting to do for your investigation phase?
I will go with them. Missing people seems to be important. And they're all gamers.
Okay. So everybody is heading to Indolence Games. Takes a little bit of coordination, but Damian has a vehicle and can help take Salem from Cold Trust Academy and head over to Indolence Games while everybody else hits up the public transport, or even actually Kat's kind of close at Hawthorne Cinema. So that can all work out, and eventually you will all make your way down towards Indolence Games. Indolence Games is, like I said, it's a skyscraper that is in the downtown part of Loropa. It's a little bit south of Loropa Galleria, the local mall here. And you've been here once before. It's a tall, big building. It has windows all up and down the whole thing, but all of the windows are tinted. You can't see into them, but they can see out. The building itself is very nondescript. They don't have like a huge sign or anything out there, but you know the address. And on the front door of the building, which is the only way you can actually see inside of it, because it's just a big old glass door that's not tinted, you can see that there is the big logo for Indolence Games on that. And beyond, there is a foyer with a reception desk that is there. You all kind of do a drive-by, I imagine, and check your soul crystals, but there is no glow coming from them. You park and kind of divide up. So who is heading inside?
I believe that is going to be Aisha and I.
Okay, Aisha and Salem are heading inside. While that's going on, what are the other three of you doing?
looking around the building? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember staking this place out before, which I can relay to Kat and Melody. And if they can stealthily access the dumpster, I would not be able to stealthily do it, but maybe they can find some discarded stuff in the dumpster. I'd like to pitch potentially going in after Aisha and Salem go in to see if I can just check on the beta applications game.
Okay. So the two of them are going to go first, then you're going to kind of wander in a little bit later, while Melody and Kat go dumpster diving.
If they're cool with that. What do you two want to do?
I would be...
Or do you want to come inside too and we'll wing it?
I would be okay with, like, looking inside the dumpster, but not actually digging through it.
Is there any large sticks?
I just don't want to have to do a stealth check. That's only, I would dumpster dive if I have to. I just don't want to do a stealth check. That's the only thing.
Kat will do it if she has to, but she doesn't want to.
Melody, it doesn't matter either way. She doesn't want to do it.
I don't know what else to do at Indolence Games aside from going inside.
I don't know if we can get in. I don't think they're going to let us pass the door. I don't know if anyone can sneak past.
Yeah, I think I want to go inside to try to sneak past instead of stealthing out back.
Because there's probably more to find inside than outside.
Probably.
We can try to sneak in when whoever's at the gate is busy with people. I don't know what this place looks like inside. Is there a possibility of sneaking?
I could try to provide more cover when we go inside to like block view as like I'm next in line to talk to the security guard after Aisha and Salem, and then just make it harder. Like, I don't know, help them in some way. I don't know if I can provide them advantage on their stealth rolls or disadvantage or whatever.
Melody's 5'1", so I could just walk in behind you.
Damian is 6 foot.
Would they let us use the washroom?
Well, my goal is to at least one of the people at the front just completely enrapture them in conversation.
I was about to say, you and I are definitely talking a plan before we get in. I think someone's going to be like, all right, I'm going to go in. I'm going to do the professional thing, lay out the thing. We're Coltrane students. We got to represent right. I lay on the plan. You lay on the schmooze. We'll figure this out. And you know what? Because we are beauty, we are grace, and if that doesn't work, I have bear mace. So.
Well,
security guards are there.
I also have a really good score of wins and losses on BattleNet for Warcraft 2, so I doubt they've ever seen a girl gamer before, and especially not one that's good. So.
Love that.
Okay.
We'll try to sneak it. Well, you guys keep them busy.
I like it. So let's get into all of this here. Aisha and Salem, the two of you are the first ones to enter Indolence Games. While everyone else is kind of hiding down the block, the two of you boldly walk up down the sidewalk to the door. As you look into the door, you see there is one individual seated behind the reception desk. It's a very long desk. It's kind of L-shaped. Part of it goes against the wall outward, and then the L's goes back to make a kind of side area for the desk. There is a door to the left behind the well, it's not really behind the desk. It's along the wall to the left of the desk, and then there's another door that you can see to the right that goes that is right in front of the desk. So if you can imagine an L-shaped desk connected to the wall, there's a door in front of it leading to the right, and then there's a door directly going forward, going to the north, directly behind the desk to the left. I rolled a d4 to see the gender of the individual who's seated behind the desk. I said to my mind, okay, 1 and 2, it's a woman, 3 and 4, it's a man. And I rolled a 2. So the young woman who is seated behind the desk is... she's in her mid-20s. She's kind of pretty. She has glasses on. Her hair is pulled back in a high ponytail. She has makeup on, but it's more minimalist style makeup. She's dressed business casually. And at when you enter the games, well, it's not a store; it's a business. When you enter the building, you see her. She's kind of has something there in her hands below the desk that you can't quite see. She's looking at that, but when the door opens, there's this little beep, and she looks up to see the two of you entering into the building. She smiles and sets down whatever it is behind the desk that you can't see, and says, "Yes, hello, welcome to Indolence Games. Can I help you?"
Hi, yes, we are actually here from Coltrast Academy, currently looking for a few more sponsors for a festival that we have coming up. We did actually land a sponsor with Githam. Oh my gosh, my brain just broke.
Githam Development.
Thank you. I couldn't remember development. Githam Development, and we were hoping that you would also, or Indolence would also be interested. Oh, go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead and make for me a persuasion check.
13.
She looks at the two of you. You're still both dressed in your Coltrast school uniforms. She kind of looks back and forth between the two of you, and she says, "Oh, that caught me off guard. I'm not sure how to handle a request like this. We don't normally sponsor schools. At least I don't know. Do you have any materials? Perhaps you could leave them with me, and I'll forward them on to my manager, and she can take it up to wherever needs to. I honestly don't know what the games company would do."
Yeah, here. I do have some flyers and some paperwork I could absolutely present. And I mean, we're not in any rush, so if you need to run off and go talk to her, that is totally fine. I made sure to clear my entire schedule for this. Plus, I was also curious. I did sign up for the beta, but I haven't heard back, so any word on that would be great.
Oh, she just says, and she's when you say that, there's a long drawn out, oh, like that. Oh, that's what this is about. She replies to you, well, you know, the beta test is a confidential thing. We're not really allowed to talk about the process of that. Whenever somebody comes in to inquire about the beta test, what we tell them is first, have you signed up for it? You can do so on our website. We also have a form that can be filled out. You know, there's a lot of people who apply for this. We have a very long list of players who are interested in the game. So really the only way we tend to communicate with people who've signed up for it is if they leave a phone number or an email. Usually we prefer to contact people via email. It's just more convenient for our developers. And so once a individual is selected, which it is a completely random selection, I can tell you that. How the algorithm works, I'm honestly not sure. I just work here, but they are pretty quick to reach out to people as spots open up. A beta test like this, it tends to go slowly and add more people as they go. So it could be anywhere from several weeks to a month before we reach out. And at this moment, Damian, I feel like you would be making your way inside as well. So as she's saying that, she's like mid-sentence and then... And there's Damian stepping in as well, and she looks up, and then she continues on explaining how difficult the process is. What's up, Aisha?
So she's like in the room right now, the only like actual employee that's around.
Correct.
I want to interject and try and get her attention as far away from that access door as possible and going back to the school festival though.
And the paperwork to you so you can kind of do your magic.
I think that, especially since this is a developer who actually employs women, which is still a rarity, despite the fact that women were the first debuggers, quite literally in some ways. I think there's a very good chance to open a pipeline between our academy and future developers, future interns here. And I would love to talk more in detail with you about that. How you and your boss, you said she, are just an inspiration.
Okay. So you're trying... so I feel like you're trying to focus her attention on you and nothing else as Damian's making their way in. And I see your hand, Damian. What are you doing as you're stepping inside?
I would like to survey the scene, and can you answer for me and tell me if I need to make a die roll for this? Can I tell if walking in caused the beep boop or if opening the door caused the beep boop?
I'm gonna say, let's say, make for me an insight check.
It's gonna be terrible. That's a 9.
You're honestly not sure. You open the door, and as you're pushing in, that's when the beep boop happens. Honestly, no. I'm going to give it to you anyway. It's definitely when the door opens. It's not hard to figure out.
Because if that's the case, and I can see that things are okay, I'm gonna like open the door, stand in front of it, and just hold it open. So that, like make my way in very slowly, so that Melody and Kat can scamper in behind me without making the door chime again.
Yeah, I like it. I don't. It's not difficult to tell something like that. So I think a 9 is perfectly fine to understand that is the mechanic that does it. And so Kat and Melody, I'd like the two of you to make stealth checks for me.
Can I make one more point?
Mm-hmm.
Because you said she looked up and clocked me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to wait until she looks back at Aisha, and Aisha goes into her whole speech to then like wave, Kat and Melody in as like a now's your shot. I don't know what I need to roll for that.
We'll call that a deception check.
All these wisdom rolls or charisma. Oh, that's intelligence. Oh, that's a 17.
Hey, that's not too bad. I'm gonna say that assisting that is definitely going to give the two of them a plus 2 to their rolls. So in total, Katrina rolled a 14 and Melody rolled a 24. You're holding the door open. You're just kind of standing there, almost acting like you're assessing the situation and whether or not you want to join in as well, like whether or not you want to wait behind whatever this is Aisha is doing. So, like, you're just kind of chilling for a moment. You have the door open. Melody and Kat both slowly start creeping in behind you. They're both keeping right behind you. You can feel their presence behind them, and like even maybe Kat comes up and touches your back, and so you know that they're through the door. And so you kind of move to the right a little bit, shuffling a little bit to allow them both to follow along with that. So the two of them are currently hiding behind you. Aisha, I need a deception check from you here.
Actually, I would like, I feel like that was sufficiently flirtatious in our definition of flirt. Harmlessly flirtatious, I would like to use that social tactic.
Well, here's the thing about that. Let me read this real quick. I want to see exactly how that states. Does it have to be somebody who's like attracted to you?
It
or
doesn't
it's just
say, really. The exact wording is maybe it's the way that a guy shifts awkwardly and gives a goofy smile, or the way that girl giggles and plays with her hair after receiving a compliment from you, but you're hopelessly addicted to flirting. Once per sleep phase, when interacting with an NPC, and before you make a deception, influence, leadership, or persuasion skill check, you may decide to flirt with the target. After role-playing the exchange, you automatically succeed. An adversary or stronger cultist is immune to effects of the tactic, but that may be overruled by the Magic Keeper in certain situations.
Gotcha. Okay. So you are attempting to flirt with her a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you exactly are you saying?
So I'm going to continue on that like line of like an inspiration to women, that kind of thing that I was going with my preamble about how like women in tech would be a great representation at a school festival. They could do a lot of recruiting, specifically interns, potentially female student interns in their final year, stuff like that.
Okay. So yeah, you say all these things, and she's like, oh well, that you know, I never really thought about it that way. It is always good to assist in empowering women and stuff like that. Sure. Maybe you're right. You know what? I'm gonna give my manager a call and see if I can get them to come down and hear a little bit more about your pitch. Just give me a minute. And then she looks over at you, Damian, and she says, I see you there. Just give me 1 moment, please. I'll get to you. And I'm just going to make a phone call real quick. I hope you don't mind just waiting. I'm also going to roll a D20 check to see whether or not she clocks either of the two of you.
Is there a way that I can like walk up to the counter and be an imposing 6-foot presence that blocks her vision?
Well, they're not making any more rolls. We've already made the rolls. This is her just seeing whether or not she spots the stealth check. She has to roll under a 14 to not see Kat, because Kat, you rolled a 14.
Am I able to use my? I don't know if I can use my.
Your social bond?
Yeah, that would have added on this.
So
it's usually best to call that out when you're doing the roll, but I will let you retroactively roll it.
Okay.
16.
Okay, so now it's a 16. So she has to beat a DC 16. I'm going to give her a +2 to this roll.
Yeah, she's a security guard. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's a receptionist. Anyway, and we can tell she rolled a 10. So neither of you are seen by this young woman. Damian kind of moves forward towards the counter as well, kind of imposing that fact. And because of that, Damian is basically, the three of them really have blocked the front of the counter, and that door to the right is currently being blocked. She's once Damian says comes up to the counter, she's like, just wait a moment, and she picks up the phone and she dials a couple numbers and puts it to her ear. Melody and Kat, this seems like the best moment you've got. Are you going to check the door?
Yeah, I want to see if we can sneak in through the door.
Okay. You go over to the door and jiggle the handle. It is locked.
Melody have lock-picking abilities?
Hearing. She's not been very good at it.
Yes. Does she have her back turned? Like, could I look at the counter to see if there's a key somewhere?
Make for me a perception check.
Okay.
If this fails, I'd like to do a perception check to see if I notice that they can't get in.
You're focused on her. You
Melody?
don't know really what Melody's doing behind your back. You're
Okay.
acting as a barrier.
Okay.
Would we have heard?
I'll be okay if I fail, because my student ability, I can make it after dice are rolled to give me 20 plus modifier, and I think I'm going to.
Okay.
So we'll see. Oh, 17? Yeah.
You're glancing. You kind of have to look between Damian and Salem. You do see that on the counter next to her there is a small ring of keys.
Okay, and is she facing toward it? Like, would she easily see me?
So she's more facing towards Aisha and Salem. So imagine like she's kind of half turned to her right, your left. Her face is like kind of looking up as she's sitting there on the phone. The phone's to her ear, it's ringing. She's just like, wait. So like it's not directly at you, it's more away from you, but like it is still technically a part of her peripheral vision. To attempt to reach over and grab it is going to be either a stealth check or a coordination check.
Okay. I'm gonna stealth.
So for this roll, I feel like, wow.
I crit!
Ow. Your rolls have been great. Mine have
I
not,
know.
so I have a really bad feeling about Kat getting caught, but Melody is gonna go do everything.
Melody, you know what? I don't know how you do it, but somehow you snake your hand between, around Damian. You're waiting for that perfect moment. Aisha is kind of saying something, reassuring her while the woman's like, just give me a second, it's ringing. And Aisha's like, yeah, it's fine. And the attention is focused solely on Aisha. You reach your hand around and snatch that ring of keys.
All of us screaming internally is listening.
Okay, do I have enough time to unlock the door and go in?
It's up to you if you want to give it a try.
Live bold.
Yeah, I don't think I'll get another chance, so I'm gonna do it now.
Okay. This is going to be one more stealth check. However, you have advantage on this roll because you've done so well. The woman's still focused on Aisha and Salem. You have a handful of keys. Basically, what this roll is to see how quickly you find the right key. I'm going to tell you that if you beat 16, you're in.
Okay.
You're in and you make it through that door without her noticing.
Okay, I have inspiration. I'm gonna use it. Reroll. Come on, please. Darn it! I couldn't get it in time.
Oof. That's a tough one. You're you're checking the keys. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. As you hear the woman's voice saying, actually, hi, Mrs. Lowry. Yes, we have some students down here from Coldtrast Academy who are looking for more sponsorships, yada yada yada. And she's standing up as she's talking now, like she's kind of moving about a little bit, and you're like, oh shit. And you pull your keys back away and you duck down, keeping behind Damian and Kat, and Salem and all that.
Okay.
So she hasn't quite spotted you yet, but you've missed your opportunity to get the door open and closed without her watching, without her noticing.
Okay.
And I think that's probably a good place to end things for this evening.
Whew. A win is a win. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pocketing the keys. I'm gonna use them later.
Absolutely. You pocket the keys, and that's where we're going to leave things. So we're going to be picking up here in about 2 weeks, folks. We're still going to be in our investigation phase. This secretary's boss is going to be coming down to talk to these crazy students in the middle of the lobby. So we'll see what happens with that. It's going to be a lot of fun either way.
I still got my full personality to use.
Well done, everybody. You've survived yet another day in LaRopa City. Well done. And thank you to everyone who watched this evening. We very much appreciate you tuning in and hanging out with us. Come back in 2 weeks to find out what our Magi-Knights discover here at Indolence Games. Are they going to be able to get through that door? Are they going to be able to con the manager into giving them more information or even letting them inside? Who knows? It's going to be crazy. Now, as always, I like to go around the table and have everybody tell us who they are and where we can find them on the internet. And Aisha, you're the one who did the recap, so why don't you go first?
I forgot. That was so long ago. Hi, I am Hana. I was your Aisha for today. Right now for TTRPG stuff, this is the only thing I got going on. Really glad to be back. But otherwise, you can find me pretty much everywhere that matters, +X at Destiny Trio INC. And I guess a special shout out is I've started a Let's Play project. It's mostly for a friend of mine who's really into the Xeno Blade series and wanted to check out Xeno Gear, so I've been Let's Playing it for her. But maybe you want to check that out too. So check out my YouTube. Oh no, there's
You're muted.
Sorry. Damian, you're up next.
Hey everybody. I'm Los. I play Damian and it's a lot of fun. This episode was crazy. You can find me online at PDX Homebrew pretty much everywhere. I'm more active on Threads. I'm a budding DM. Maybe you'll find me running a one-shot for you someday soon.
Heck yeah. Melody, you're up next.
Okay, I'm Kira. I'm the assistant creator of Magi-Knights Awakening. And you can find any way to contact us from our website, magi-knights.com. And that also has a link to our book on Drive-Thru RPG. We're also going to have a Kickstarter coming up. Most likely the end of February, but possibly in March. It's not totally finalized yet, but we're going to have this plushie as well as several other new products in that Kickstarter. And I'm also the author of the children's book, My Dad the Game Master, which you can find on Amazon.
Heck yeah, definitely go check those out. Salem, you're up next.
I'm John. I played Salem tonight. You can find me here every other Monday and Wednesdays. On Mondays, I am in the Aethertech Wars Pathfinder 2E game. It's fantastic. I love it. I love my character. I play Draven, the champion. He's wonderful. But you can find me... Actually, I did pretty much a huge, cleanup of everything. So you can only find me on Blue Sky currently at johnport.bluesky.social. So
It's probably a smart move, I'm not going to lie. Katrina, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Ashleyien, and I play Katrina, and you can find me here every second Wednesday.
Heck yeah. Random Rhapsody exclusive. Well, as always, I am Matthew R. Dawson, your friendly neighborhood host and game master here on the Random Rhapsody Network. You can find me every week right here, every Monday and Wednesday, running crazy games for crazy people, having a blast doing it. You can find me on all of the socials that exist out there as @ScruffyWanderer. I probably don't post nearly as much as I should, but sometimes I do a little shit talking and stuff like that. So if you like that sort of thing, come hang out with me. It's always a blast. And so, on behalf of everyone here in the Magi-Knights and everyone in the Random Rhapsody crew, I just want to say, thank you, folks. It's been a delight. So long. Good luck. And until next time, may your dreams be infinite. And good night.
Nighty night.
Midnight.
Night.